So Lucy is not a big fan of children, and the guardian has her relative is here with some children. I'm going to have you just kind of come towards here, walk behind the couch, and come right over here to me, buddy, if you could. Can you do that for me?
No, I just want to say hi.
You just want to say hi?
Hi.
Can you come over here and say hi? You can go that way too. That'll work. So you heard her little growl. She's saying, I'm uncomfortable with what you're doing. So what I'm going to do, buddy, is we're going to show you how to create a positive associate. Can you grab that for me? See where my thumb is? That part opens up. Can you open that part up right here?
Leo's not.
There you go.
Oh, I get it.
There you go. All right, take one of those treats out and then hand me the pouch. Nope, the pouch. I want you to walk right up here. Stay right there. I just want you to throw that treat towards Lucy. Just go throw it. Make sure it lands on the carpet, on the couch.
On the couch.
Go ahead, just throw it. There you go.
Whoops.
Here, let's grab another one.
Let's do it again.
Oh.
Can you grab what?
That's okay.
Okay.
Oh, let's try one more.
Almost.
I'm bad at
But you see, the growling is stopped.
Good toss.
There you go.
Great toss.
And now turn around and walk to your dad. So one of the things you want to do for kids is we can create a positive association. So if you have access to kids like whatever his name is, who is very nice and took direction very well, not all kids will do that.
Yes,
You want a kid like that is well behaved. So when he comes up, and just the similar thing was I was showing your mom. So he walks up to a certain distance. When she freezes or starts licking her lips or starts wanting to move away, he should stop then, throw the treat, and then turn and walk away. So, and at first he might have to stop 15 feet away and throw the treat. Then the next time he might be 15 feet again, but after a while he can go to 14 feet, then 13 feet. And eventually he'll get her taking the treat right out of his hand. But we have to go at her pace. And this wouldn't be 15 times in a row. This would be 2 or 3 times. Then he gets to go play video games for a little while. Then after half an hour he comes back out and he does it again. So we give her a chance to kind of recalibrate and unplug and settle and process the situation. Ideally, it would be nice if she actually slept or took a nap. Dogs categorize what they learn when they sleep or take a nap. So if he does that and then she takes a nap, then he comes back and does it again, she should be able to process it better and get a little bit closer and a little bit closer. But what we're doing is this is basically counter conditioning. We're just associating when the child approaches you, they're not going to be wild and crazy. They're going to actually make your situation better. Now, originally we talked about having them come in and act like crazy persons. Well, that's what kids do a lot because they have a lot of energy, and that's one of the great things about being a kid is you can do all those crazy things. But that's way too much for Lucy to process right now.
Okay.
And so if I'm just trying to teach you how to ride a motorcycle and I just throw you on a motorcycle and you start wiping out, you're not going to want to get back on that motorcycle. So what we want to do for Lucy is just do this in small stages and segments, create a lot of positive association, but do a little bit at a time over and over again and gradually get closer and closer to her to the point where she's taking a treat out of the hand. Then at that point, we can do something else. So buddy, can you come over here? I'm going to have you help me real quick. Can you be my cameraman?
Thank you, Sam.
I want you to keep it right here and keep actually right over here. There you go. And hold it with both hands. And be careful because the lens is right there. So don't put your finger there because that's what it'll do. So then what you would do for counter conditioning is kind of a little bit what I was doing earlier. So I'm going to take the treat, I'm going to smash it so it's flat like a pancake.
Good.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let her start nibbling on it. Now while she's nibbling on it, notice how I can change where she looks by changing where I orientate it, up or down or to the sides. So what I would do is have her looking this direction, and then right in her line of sight, I would have one of the kids walking very slowly this way, then turn and walk this way. And we have to find a great enough distance where she will sit and be interested in the treat. If she wants to get up, she's saying it's too close. And at first the kid might walk like he's in slow motion underwater. Well, while he's walking, she's looking at him. And if you notice, my hand is down, my thumb, the treat is up, and my fingers are down, so I'm not blocking his sight. Or her sight, excuse me. And she's looking at the kid as it's walking. Now, as soon as the treat's about to be done, I would say freeze, and the boy would stop, like he's a statue. Then I would, and then at that point he would either leave or we would continue doing it. But at that point, it'd be best if he just turns around and just walks away. And we take note of maybe we're at 15 feet and we're walking slow motion. Then we do it again and we're walking a little bit faster, and eventually he gets to the point at 15 feet he can run perpendicular to her, sprinting, and she stays seated. Once we get to that point, then we move him one step closer and we go back to walking in slow motion. And as we do this, we'll be able to move a little bit faster, and eventually you can be running sprints right around here, and she's been conditioned not to respond to it. And she'll have a positive association, and she'll actually like it when the kids run around because she gets treats. But again, the key is we have to go slowly. Most of us push too far, too fast. If she gets up, or she growls, or she starts moving away, that means we move too far, too fast. We have to back up one step, practice that step again, careful with your fingers, and keep on practicing that step until it's almost boring for her. Then we go to the next step. If you do this systematically, you'll be able to get the kids running around her, and she's comfortable doing it. It takes a little bit of time. Yeah, that's all right. So let's film me real quick.
Sorry, I just lost a little bit
That's
of
all right. Go ahead and point it at me real quick. So this is how you can use counter conditioning to help your dog feel good about things that they normally are reactive to.